Are you dealing with anxiety, stress, pressure, any feeling that is really making you feel stuck or not really in a good emotion, in a positive emotion, in a moving forward emotion? If that is you, then I want you to listen up because for the longest time, I was programmed to be depressed, to live in anxiety, to live in panic attacks. And that's how I was programmed because a lot of things happened during my childhood, a lot of things happened, and I continued to attract many more things that validated that I would have anxiety, panic attacks, depression, and a lot of the other stuff that comes with that, including lack of sleep, very bad sleep habits, very bad sleep um, hygiene. And the reason I'm sharing this with you is because I've done many, many programs, including Alcoholic Anonymous. I'm a member of Alcoholic Anonymous. I've been sober since 1/1/11. So this is why I want to continue to be sober because I never want to lose my sobriety date. But right now, I'm not here to talk to you about my sobriety or my Alcoholic Anonymous program, which obviously has been tremendously good for me and good to me. But I'm here to talk with you about is that there's another program I've been searching and searching, and all along it was right there in front of me. I wanted to find a way that I could share Alcoholic Anonymous, but for just the everyday people, the people that didn't have a substance abuse, people that didn't have, the things that alcoholics do. And I tried all these different things, and I was a coach for a number of years, but I didn't find it the way that I wanted it. And about over a decade ago, I found the program called Ho'oponopono. And Ho'oponopono just simply means that it's a program based on four principles. It's I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. So if you're dealing with, let's say, burnout, or you're dealing with fatigue, or you're dealing with self doubt, or you're dealing with imposter syndrome, whatever it is that you're dealing fear, anxiety, all of those, they all stem from programming that we have put into our system. Just like when my computer programs itself that Zoom wants to zoom out, or when my computer Apple decides that they want to go to sleep, it's all programming into the computer. So our supercomputers as humans, they're also having programmed. And it is our job to take 100% responsibility to reprogram, but by having a clean slate. So for instance, let me show you what I mean by that. And I think it'll be very helpful for you. Imagine if you had something like this, right? And just forget the writing that is up here because I don't want to start totally from scratch. But let's say that you were starting from scratch and you wanted to start feeling happy, but in the midst of feeling happy, you had all of this going on in the midst of you being happy because someone passed away that you love, because somebody broke up with you, because somebody cheated on you, because somebody turned their back on you, because somebody left you, because you were abused, because of all these different things. And you carry all those programmings. And unless you clear this out, it's really difficult to add goodness because at the bottom, you're still going to have a bloody mess. So what we have to do is we actually have to clean. We have to erase all the programming that has been there. And that's what Ho'oponopono is all about. It's about erasing the programming that has been done in an effort to start as a clean slate, to start with a brand new clean canvas so that everything else that you bring in can adhere. It's not going to have some triggering, which I used to up until just recently, even though I've been reprogramming myself for a number of years, I had no idea that I had programmed myself to think that it's okay. It's not, I'm not saying that it's not okay, but I programmed myself that after all the years of therapy, counseling, coaching, and all the programs that I've gone through, I came to the conclusion that it was okay for me to get triggered at any given moment without any reason whatsoever, because of something that happened to me as a child. And yes, it was very traumatic and horrible, and no child should have to go through that. But the fact that I'm still holding on to that by programming in my system, then that also is impacting my world today, my worldview today, my success today, my health today. So all of those things is, it's like they're just keep accumulating and accumulating and accumulating. So it's our job to clean those up. And how do you go about cleaning up so that you can start with a brand new canvas? It's very easy. It is the easiest thing that you will ever hear me talk about. And it's just simply cleaning it. And how do you go about cleaning it? The program Ho'oponopono, it was a program that I first learned about it from Dr. Joe Vitale and Dr. Hugh Len. And Dr. Hugh Len was a psychologist out of Hawaii that was brought into a for the criminals who were rapists, murderers, that were criminally insane, and they were in a mental ward facility, and they couldn't even keep staff because they were so bad. And Dr. Hugh Len came into the facility, and literally all he did, he opened, like, let's say that this was their file, right? And he literally just opened their file and started saying, "I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you," through every single file. And he started just going through it to see what it was that was in him that was expressing energy towards them, but never having any contact with them. Well, guess what happened? In due time, some of the criminals started getting better, some of them started getting healed, some of them started getting transferred, and in due time, that mental ward actually got dissolved because it was no longer needed at the capacity, at the security that they used to have. So if Ho'oponopono can do that for mentally, criminally insane people that are murderers and rapists, imagine what can be done for people like you and me that were dealing with just simple anxiety. And I'm not, listen, I've lived through it. I was on, what is it called, on living all the time. I was very much into on living because my pain, my anxiety, my depression was so severe. So I'm sharing this with you is that all of this can be restructured in our programming, but just leveraging Ho'oponopono. And you're probably thinking, well, Maria, how do you do Ho'oponopono? Well, I'm going to show you, and it is the simplest thing ever. Now, there's a deeper way that you can go into it, but for now, I'm just going to show you the simplest way that you're going to be able to do it. And what I do is that today I was encountering to a situation that ended up taking me out for 1 extra hour because somebody made a mistake. But then I had to look at my stuff. What was it that I did to take responsibility for that? So I started doing Ho'opono as I was waiting in the parking lot. So for you to do Ho'oponopono, all you have to do is sit down, put your feet on the ground, and then we're gonna do is what I call a square, a 7 by 7 by 7 by 7 square. So we're gonna breathe in. We're gonna breathe in for 7 seconds, and then we're gonna hold for 7 seconds, and then we're gonna release for 7 seconds, and then we're gonna hold again for 7 seconds. And when we breathe in for 7 seconds, at the end of breathing in for 7 seconds, we're gonna say, "I'm sorry." Then we're gonna hold for 7 seconds. We're gonna say, "Please forgive me." And then we're gonna release for 7 seconds, and we're gonna say, "Thank you." And then we're gonna hold again for 7 seconds, and then we're gonna say, "I love you." Now, some of you are thinking, wait a second, Maria, but who am I saying, "I'm sorry, I love you"? Am I saying it to myself? Am I saying it to the dog? Am I saying it to the wall? Who am I saying it to? It's a conversation between you and God. And if you don't believe in God, whatever your higher power is, but you do have to have a higher power because it is outside of you. You're still stuck. You're still dealing with anxiety. You're still dealing, whatever you're dealing with is because you're still thinking that it's all up to you. Now, we are going to take 100% responsibility, and it is up to you to do this, but you do need a superpower to help you do this, okay? So let's do this. This is the most beautiful reprogramming that you can do for yourself, for your loved ones, for your future, for your past, and especially for your inner child, which we will talk about on another night. Okay, so here we go. I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. And then you just repeat that over and over and over for 7 counts. So you do that once, and then you do it again, and then you do it again for 7 counts. When you do that, you want to take into the cleansing plate what it is that you want to work on. Now, if you don't have anything that you want to work on, you're not clear on what you want to work on because maybe you have a pile of stuff. Just sit there, and whatever needs to be cleansed, whatever needs to be released, whatever needs to be resolved will come to you, will be downloaded for you, right? So if it's, there was a person that I used to do business with, and that person kept coming up and coming up and coming up, and I realized that I needed to cleanse about that particular person. And then this other particular person that I also used to do business with, and that person also kept coming up, coming up. Well, it's my job. It's not their job. It's my job because they're in my existence. They're in my world, right? So if they're in my thoughts, in my brain, in my memory, then I have to cleanse it. But here's the kicker. The thing is that there's things that are in your system that you don't even know that they're in your system. There are things that are inside of your programming that are from your childhood, from your memory, from media that you watch, from songs that you listen, from things that you didn't even know you experienced. Like, for instance, I used to have a nonprofit based on the father absent crisis. And one of the things that happens with father absent crisis, with children that grew up without a father, is that one of the side effects for us is that because I grew up with that, my knowing who my biological father is, I was blessed that my dad, who married my mom, ended up adopting me as a 15-year-old trouble kid. But I've never known who my biological father is. So with that being said, some of the side effects that happen when you don't know who your biological father is, or when you don't have a biological, emotionally, or physically present, then what happens is that one of the side effects is that especially boys, end up to be more prone to going to prison or to doing drugs and to doing all these different things. So there's all these things that happen that you don't even know as to why they're happening, right? So as a child of someone that grew up without a father, uh, with a biological father, one of the side effects was prone to unaliving, prone to depression, prone to all the things that I have experienced. And I didn't know that until 2010. So think about all the things that you don't know, that you're just facing consequences as a side effect of something that was programming. And then on top of that, there's things that have been programmed inside of you that are just at the subconscious level that you didn't even know that were there. So this will unpack it all. And yes, it takes time because there's a lot of programming. I'm 53. So there's a lot of programming that I have to do. Now, I'm blessed that I've worked with a lot of therapists, a lot of counselors, a lot of coaching, and I've gone through the program. I've been in the program of Alcoholic Anonymous since 2011. But they're still cleaning, because if we're still living, they're still cleaning, right? So, number one, just go in and start cleaning. 7 rounds of 7 by 7 by 7 by 7. And when you go to cleaning, all you have to do is think of the one thing. If you can't think of anything, just do it. And whatever it is that you need to clean will come to you. And on another night, on another day, I will tell you about how to go about working with your inner child. Now, this is very different than traditional therapy that I've ever done. So this inner child is actually working on a daily, continuous basis with your inner child. not letting her go or letting him go, which I was taught to do by other therapy modalities. So if you have any questions about Ho'oponopono, how it works, the benefits, why this is, well, one of the reasons that I love Ho'opono is because it's been around for centuries. It was around, the ancient Hawaiians had used it as a program, as a system to really cleanse, right? So one of the things that I almost forgot to tell you is that a lot of people, in my opinion, I'm all about logical and being able to remember things in a logical way. So if you think about this, it's very logical, right? Let's say that I was your wife, or let's say that you were my husband, and I did something wrong. The first thing I need to do is that I need to say, I'm sorry, right? I need to clear the slate and I need to own up. I need to own up to what happened. So, number one thing I need to say is, I'm sorry. So, you're cleaning the slate, you're owning up to whatever it is that you did. Now, the number two thing that you have to do is that once you own up, you have to apologize. Please forgive me, right? Please forgive me, right? Because if you say I'm sorry, but you don't ask for forgiveness, you're halfway there, but you're not quite there. Now you're going to assume that this one and this one happened. And then the third one, if you think about it, is so logical. You have to say thank you because you said I'm sorry. They forgave you, and now you're saying thank you, right? But again, this is between you and God. This is between you and God and you working with your inner child. And again, I know that the inner child part may not make sense, but that's okay. It'll make sense on another night because all you need right now is the I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. And then last but not least, the most important one, right? I love you. If you are not saying I love you, then you are missing out on the whole equation. So all of this is crucial. And once you think about it logically speaking, it makes total sense. So I will be coming back every single night for the next 30 days, for the entire 30 days of August, to just share with you a little bit about Ho'oponopono, why I practice it, why I decided to open a Ho'oponopono practice program that is for a minimal cost, because it has impacted my life. Is the one thing that I want to leave as a legacy. I want to leave something that has already worked, has already been proven to work, that I didn't decide to reinvent the wheel, but I just took something that was beautiful and amazing and it was working, and I just put it into a place that we can all come together and truly not just impact our lives, not just impact our inner souls, but also impact the entire world. Because if you've ever heard about the butterfly effect, right? When I was in college, they told me that a butterfly effect can have an impact. Let's say the butterfly is flying over in say China, and it will impact something across the United States. So here, with just shifting our energy, I will impact you. And it's beautiful. So do this. Let me know how you love it. And then let me know if you have heard of Ho'oponopono. Let me know what else would you like to know about Ho'oponopono, because I do hope that you engage with my videos so that I can cater more to what your needs are. And then every single day, like I said, I thought I was only going to be able to talk for about 5 minutes, but obviously now I've gone through for 23 minutes because there's so much goodness to talk about. On other days, I will be coming to you and I will be sharing other stories in addition to Dr. Hugh Len, dissolving a mental ward of criminals. I will also be telling you about other testimonials, myself and others that have experienced the goodness, the reprogramming, the releasing, the cleaning of starting over at ground zero with Ho'oponopono. I'm MariaLupita, and I will be your host this entire month.